Hey, this is Gelennil, and today I'll be going through how to make vegan raspberry cookies. Let's go straight through it and go through what we'll need then. So first we'll need 175 grams of non-dairy butter, 150 grams of brown sugar, 100 grams of caster sugar, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 300 grams of plain flour, 4 tablespoons of non-dairy milk, 200 grams of non-dairy chocolate chips, and 175 grams of raspberries. So to start, we'll be creaming the non-dairy butter with both of our sugars in a large mixing bowl. So first just add both of the sugars and then add our butter, and then just with a fork just try to gently cream these all together. Making sure when you're doing this you are mixing them all together, you don't want any dry lumps of sugar, you want to make sure it's getting all mixed. Now once you think you've got the mixture off, we'll be moving on. So now we have our sugary butter mix. We'll be going on and we will be adding in our non-dairy milk and vanilla extract, just to make it a lot more of a wet mixture. So firstly we'll just be adding our tablespoons of non-dairy milk straight in. And then our vanilla extract, and then just mixing this one last time, just making sure you're getting the milk and vanilla extract soaked into the mixture. Now that we've got our much wetter mixture, it will be a lot easier to be able to slowly add in our flour. We'll just be adding it in slowly at a time, and as you're doing so, keep mixing this. And we'll also be adding our baking powder. And then thoroughly mixing this all together. Make sure to scrape the sides of your bowl and the bottom just so we don't have any flour left over that hasn't been mixed in. Now we're moving on and we will be adding our non-dairy chocolate. You can either use chips or you could just slice up any bar and put that in crumbs. Either works. And you just want to make sure you're mixing in all of your chocolate. I found it easier to add 100 grams, mix it, and then add the rest of the 100 grams, just so we get a more even spread of the chips within the dough. And you don't want to miss out on any of them, make sure you get all of them in there. And now we'll be adding our raspberries. I went for frozen raspberries, defrosted them, and then chopped them up. I find these to be a lot more juicier, and you want to make sure you get a lot of the raspberry juice to leak out into these. It makes it a nice even spread of raspberry amongst all of the cookies, and adds a nice bit of colour as well. So you don't have to be too careful when mixing these, as I have already chopped these up and they're falling apart as is, which is just fine for these cookies. So try to mix these so you get the juice amongst all of the cookies. And once you think you've got them mixed well enough, you just want to preheat your oven to 180 degrees and prepare a baking tray with some baking paper on top. Now we'll be using a tablespoon for ease, and just opening up one bowl and gently placing this on the baking tray, and then just trying to flatten it slightly. So my measurements for these are, yes, just a tablespoon scoop, and then just flattening them. Fairly nice and simple. And these are too wet to be doing with your hands, so yeah, just use the tablespoon or smaller spoon, and then just have a larger heap if need be. And then once you've got all of these done, you just want to bake these for 16 to 17 minutes. Once done, remember to leave them to cool. And thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you managed to make these just as well yourself. Please like and subscribe, it does help quite a lot. Thank you.